like, I'm a big person for like writing things down. So like with the JFK, like I put it like this, is that any opportunity I take, I like to build it up from the ground up. So like I never want to hop in nothing where it's already like up there. You know, so I like to take it from the ground up and building it and re-envisioning, rebranding, remarketing it. So like as you said, like before we got on was like, I never heard of JFK. That's great. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, but me growing up in Cheektowaga, going to Cheektowaga Central, it's like that was like one of our rivals. And they was like, these like that Cody Elliott, they had a couple other boys that was like, all right, and them boys was tough. But then like kind of like after like those guys graduated, it kind of like teetered off a little bit, and like the focus wasn't on athletics, where the focus on the athletics from like now in the reverse with Cheektowaga was like that 2000 to 2006 class was like we was like the first generation of like the athletics at Cheektowaga Central, right? Okay. Like we was just like we was like, okay, we breaking in the door for, at that time, like we never been, like the school never been to the section, never been to the Ralph. You know what I'm saying? Like we having winning seasons, like from like modified to undefeated seasons at JV to, making it to the section, but not making it to the Ralph. So like we breaking that door right then and there. So now Cheektowaga seen it. So now after we leave, now they go into the sectionals. They almost make it like when I coached at Cheektowaga, like we made it to the Final Four. Now they got the brand new turf. They got 7 different jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then even like the same thing with Cleveland Field, same way. Like they had a run where they had great athletics with football and so forth like that. So, and the same thing with Maryville, whereas like JFK went on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of teetered downward. The Pew, all the other Cheektowaga schools went up. So, so they started a program, but the investment wasn't there. Gotcha. But when I was, first out of coach, I was like, I knew where I wanted to get to. And I wrote down like these certain schools call or these opportunities come up, I'm taking them. You know what I'm saying? And crazy enough, JFK was on that list.
Nice.
What were the other schools on that list?
So I wrote this down probably like 10 years ago. JFK was on that list. Hutch Tech was on that list.
Engineers.
They needed that. They needed that.
JFK was on that list. Hutch Tech was on that list. I would have did McKinley. Trying to think who else was on. I'm trying to think off the top who else was on that list. Maryville was on the list because that was bad blood. I think that was like it was like 4 schools there. It was like Hutch Tech, McKinley, JFK, and also there's like a few little schools here and there on the outskirts. It might have been like whatever, but like I remember vividly JFK because I remember going back to my notes and seeing that. I even had if I could find it, I even have an email like this is like 2012. I actually reached out to the AD at the time, like, hey, if you have any open positions, like let me know, and I sent my resume. At that time, she didn't. So it's crazy, like it's all full circle. So like, just in that standpoint, like, and I couldn't really turn it down because of the historic value of that right there and what it can do for others. Like, I don't think people really understand the dynamic in like high school sports here in Western New York. Like, in the football side, one of 2 black and minority head coaches in the suburban schools. Yeah. And that's from, you probably can go all the way down the PA line, all the way up to Rochester. It's only 2 of us.
That's crazy.
Overall, from the PA line to go up to Rochester, I think it's like 5. And that's including Maritime, Bennett, McKinley, now Hutch Tech, me, Glenn. So it's like 6. That's between the PA line and there. And if I miss anybody,
that's crazy. That's just crazy because it's like most people know about the issue of racism, but Western New York has a particular like type of racism and how they box people out. That's definitely I'm proud to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's super dope.
So it's just that opportunity to be able to break in that door and be in that scenario, like now building something from like literally from nothing and be able to take it up. Now you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like everything from here on is gonna be historical. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's door and now I'm in a position where I can put others like myself in a position to be a coach and then now build with us, or eventually like, if there's an opportunity that comes up that you can then become a head coach somewhere else, do that. Because like it needs to be more of us in these settings.
That's a fact.